Sorry, just for a moment there, it looked like Kuro's doppel looked like Ui. And if that's true, that could be a whole fucking secret right there, too. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Stoneface Reactions. I'm Theta, and we are back, finally, for some more Madoka Magica, but not. I know I said I was done making that joke. It's not even a joke, I just keep messing up every time I start saying this. We're back with some Magia record. And as always, we come back as we normally do with notes and a board. So let's go ahead and pop over to the board real quick. And as always, we have the board changelog, where I have reconnected Sayaka, Madoka, and Akemi with a single green line, and then I attached Yachio, Iroha, and Sakura to that green line. As it seems, last episode was the Avengers Assemble episode, if you will. And the only other thing really on there is that I changed Mofuyu's connection to the Magia's line to red as per the final confrontation. So yeah, beyond that, I have my notes. So let's go ahead and hop into notes. And I'm sorry, even before I get into notes, I just want to apologize in case I sound a little bit weird. I guess at some point during the day, I have bit my tongue pretty hard. So, very painful to talk right now. Just want to put that out there in case I start messing up words for a stupid reason. Okay, so just a heads up, the Patreon people will know this ahead of time, or hopefully they will. This is mostly for the people on YouTube. It's been a couple of weeks since the last recording of Magia Record. I've been trying to get the schedule going in such a way as to allow me to give each show a better focus and the attention it deserves, while at the same time not letting any specific show fall behind. That meant that I've spent nearly all of my solo time wrapping up Apothecary Diaries. Magia Record was the next on the show list, so now we're back with this until we get to the end. I do plan to get the Madoka Magica movies in as well before we move on to the next show to catch back up with, which is Dan to Dan, in case you were wondering. But just a heads up, I'll probably get these recorded sometime before they actually go up. I know, you're thinking, oh, no duh, that's how everything recorded works, but I am consistently behind on editing, and the movies tend to take longer than the rest to get done. I'll do my best. Anyways, point of this note was, it's been a hot minute, but we're back. Alright, the main problems off of the top of my head that I hope we address before this season wraps. We got 1, Ui and everything around her disappearance. 2, the city and the flashes of wreckage vis-a-vis my theory about what's going on. 3, the Walpurgis and the Magia's rumor. 4, what Alania Gray might actually be up to, as it feels like she's some sort of third party. And 5, what's the deal with Baby Kyobi? I feel like the last time I had watched, I was confused by the shimmering that certain people were doing, and had some theories about it. But rewatching last episode, it seems like those are just the forms of their personal doppels. We don't usually see them side by side, beyond transformation scenes, or when they are out fully, like when Yachio was seeing hers in the mirror. Well, that's what seems to be going on now. I guess you can only see your own doppel unless they are fully out. Also, since they are the receptacle which takes your depression and whatnot from your soul gem, I don't think it would be too much to say that each of them seems to try and hold their possessor back with the exact things that would hurt them, as they would know what that would be, since they are the entirety of their hurt made manifest. So seeing Yachio, Mafuyu, and Kuro denying them and moving forwards anyways has to be this a big emotional release for each of those characters. So we knew Nemu was dying due to the conversation with Kuro, but it seems like all of this is happening because her death is imminent and there's no stopping because of that reason. Not confused there. The bit that has me a bit thrown is the element that Nemu was asking about going to an amusement park after it's over, and Toka looks confused, as though she either doesn't know the plan, or that this comment has put her on her back foot for some reason. Also, I should say I have another note later that says that I am actually confused about the Nemu dying thing, but I'll wait to get there till we get there. Akemi saying she checked the weather report is just a bit funny. Her, of all people, knows what the weather is going to be, and exactly what it pretends. At least she brings that up though, the Walpurgis, despite not alluding to what she knows and has seen before. I feel I'd be remiss if I didn't point out, yes, I saw the text flashing all over the episode regarding wishes and rails of fate from the past. I just have no context as to what it refers to yet. Though, the last time it came up was with Iroha looking at images of Toka and Nemu, making me think, likely not for the first time, is Iroha just Ui? Did she wish to become someone else? She knew their plans and couldn't live with it or wanted an out? Sorry, this wasn't part of my original note, but actually, I'm going to wait a second because my next note's going to cover the whole confusion I just said about Nemu, and maybe I'll have further thoughts about what I'm thinking about right now after that. So I guess Nemu was that girl that was referenced back at the bring people back rumor from earlier on. Sorry, I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head. The one that Yuri wasn't allowed to try for, as it seems that's what the post-credit was indicating. Though it seems like Nemu was talking about being saved from their fate in another context from magical girls. Obviously, the first thought would be from whatever's killing her, though I don't think I ever considered this before. But what the hell is killing her? If she was a magical girl, then she should just be a husk with a soul gem controlling it, right? So is she just a normal person on all of this? Someone that hasn't made a wish yet? Is she our Madoka analog instead of Iroha, sorry? That she'll just make a wish with baby Kyubi before the end as the Walpurgis looms? I'll also admit that before I even considered her health matter, I thought she was talking about Doppels being saved. And maybe she was, and my previous statement was wrong. Maybe she seems like that because she is a Doppel and always has been. Obviously another thing to add to the list of things I need answered before the end. Now, my previous note when I said maybe I'll wait till the end of this note and see if I get any other further thoughts, I don't really. It's the element of maybe she's not a magical girl, and whatever's going on with Iroha is because Nemu made a wish. I don't know if that's a possibility. But now Nemu would still be a magical girl if she made a wish, right? Even if she made a wish to make another girl a magical girl, she would still be a magical girl herself, right? That's the trade-off to the wish thing. Yeah, so it couldn't be that. Yeah, okay. Number 6. What's up with Nemu? Anyway, that is all of my notes, so nothing left to do here but to hop on in and see what we get from this episode.
But before we get started,
make sure that you hit the like button,
hit that subscribe button,
comment down below to feed that algorithm.
On top of all that, if you want to watch more shows like this, unfiltered,
uncensored,
and uncut,
as well as some early access stuff,
you can check it out over on the Patreon.
It's just $5 a month, but hey, no pressure.
There's zero pressure in order to do that. It's just a little bit of extra support, and it would be greatly appreciated.
I believe this is the penultimate episode of the season, with a showdown between Mami, Yui, and the combined magical girl group. I'm assuming that's what Yui's doppel looks like. Even though technically no one else's doppel has ever looked like that. Oh, I can't read that. Maybe I'm right. maybe I am right. See, the fact that she's dying would imply that she's still human. And she says we have to become gods, right? So it seems to me that, I guess without knowing about what Madoka does at the end of Madoka Magica, they're trying to create the same situation. Though I don't know how they could on their own. Obviously, they know how they can on their own. They're doing it. But, you know, I guess does that mean that Nemu has the potential to be the strongest magical girl as well? Because, what makes Madoka special is not technically unique, right? It would imply that somebody else has to be in second place, right? But then, how does Baby Hyobi enter into that? They're not talking about Baby Hyobi, so it doesn't seem to be a part of their plan. There's also the element that real Hyobi can't enter this area, so it doesn't seem like it would be any part of their plan. So I guess I'm wrong. But how do they plan to become gods? Do they have their doppel absorb Walpurgis and then absorb the power of that doppel? A doppel, rumor, sorry. I mean, they're both clearly mind controlled. That's the element, we have one from each group. I mean, it is fucking amazing. But in past cycles, she was the first one to freak out and kill people. Uh-oh. Oh, so technically she's touching... Technically she's touching the thing, so her time is going forwards. Also, I'm not even sure what invoked it, because she just showed up like this. But then again, we never saw how Mammy got corrupted either. I mean, clearly Mafuyu was going to show up at some point as well. I guess if the entire place is the thing, right, then when you broke the gate, you actually hurt the thing. Also, you consider that Madoka is here, which means her family is in the shelter right now, wondering where the hell their daughter is. She's opening up again.
かくマギウスに入ったのに魔女にならなくて済む方法はダメだったし、鶴野のことも。
Well, you went there to kill witches. You didn't go there to avoid getting made into a witch.
魔女になんかさせやしない。大丈夫。ちげえよ。違わないわ。何があってもあなたたちだけは私が。違うって言ってんだろ。何が違うの。
But she doesn't want to lose anybody.
ドッペルがなかったらとっくに魔女になってたんだろ。そんなの嫌だよ。俺は八千代。魔法少女の運命は自ら選択した希望の代償よ。私はその責任を誰かに押し付けて自分だけ助かろうなんてこと望んでないわ。なんだよそれ。魔女になるのは仕方ねえのかよ。さっきと言ってること違う。違わないわ。ドッペルに頼らなくても済むよう強くならなきゃいけないの。あなたたちだって。
Yeah, I mean, if you could just siphon off the doppel for a long time, that'll at least buy you a lot of extra time.
私のことは私が考えるわ。もういい。待ちなさいフェリシア。うるせえ。八千代のバカ。フェリシアちゃん。
I mean, to be fair, yeah, Felicia's always been 100% or nothing.
そんなこと今言う必要あるかね。
嘘は嫌いよ。
まあいいけど。食うかい。
こんな時に。
Who around here was still cooking food to begin with?
いただきます。いろは。それじゃあ私も。
Also, why did Mammy and Yui just let you guys go?
鶴野さんって方もいろはちゃんたちのお友達だったんですか？うん、大切な友達だし、三日月荘の仲間なんだ。仲間。ともえさんもまどかちゃんたちの？はい、マミさんは私たちを導いてくれた先輩なんです。なのにどうして？
Let's say they both have like similar outfits, but really all they have is a similar color scheme.
フェントホープってとこでさ、見ちまったんだ。あいつら魔力の強化だとか言ってソウルジェムに得体の知れないもんを注入してたんだけど、多分それが完成したんだろう。魔法少女と噂の融合とか言ってた。ひどい。
I guess that explains the mind control.
私にわかるわけねえだろ。
マギウスから逃げるとき。
Also, something you really could have brought up earlier.
キレーションランド。今いる場所の地図。これはエンブリオイブ覚醒計画。それってトウカちゃんが言ってた。
Yeah, I mean,
ここに
they've been broadcasting that shit all over the place. Well, at least she sent a note before she went to confront them.
美冬さんは必ず鶴野さんを連れて帰るって。ホテルフェントホープの上にキレーション城があるんだね。ここ、マミさんたちが出てきた場所。もしこの手紙に書いてあることが本当なら、ここに魔女を呼び寄せてる誘導装置の噂がある。お城のてっぺん。
I assume it's basically the same thing that was on top of the radio tower that got destroyed.
もう少し聞いてもいいですか？明美さんの予想通りよ。マギウスはワルプルギスの夜を呼び寄せるつもりよ。そして人工魔女エンブリオイブにワルプルギスの夜を吸収させる。
I mean, they're counting on Embryo Eve being able to defeat it.
でっかい魔女みたいなやつで他の魔女をバリバリ食ってやがった。
私も見ました。怖かったです。
で、そいつがワルプルギス食ったら本当に魔法少女をどうにかしてくれんの？
マギウスの主張なんて興味ないわ。この大災害を食い止めるため魔女誘導装置の噂を。
Again, can't read that.
でもこれじゃあ鶴野ちゃんたちを避けて通れないよ。
I'll have to wait till next time in the notes when I get a chance to freeze it and decode the language. I guess I know it's probably just Japanese, but that's what I mean. Take it to a translator.
それには心当たりがあります。その声、美冬。ごめんなさい、やっちゃん。私が鶴野さんを連れ帰りたかったのですが。今さらそんな話を信じろっていうの？信じてくれとは言えませんが、後悔している それも今更ね。
それでも私にはまだ取り戻したい後悔があるんです。二人を元に戻せるかもしれない人と会ってきます。
Oh. But they're a witch.
元に戻せないのか、調整や。
Or, I mean, Doppel. They're trapped in Doppel form.
マギウスの作戦が成功したら戻るかもしれないって。
I was confused for a second. I legit thought that was Mafuyu, its coordinator, and I forgot.
ドッペルは心の影が人格を持ったようなものなの。
I just said my
万が一
notes.
触れたら私までその闇に引きずり込まれちゃうわ。では別のお願いがあります。
美冬さん、
三玉さん、鶴野さんと巴さんを元に戻す方法を教えてほしいんです。無理な相談だわ。私は信用第一の調整屋よ。守秘義務もあるし、いつも中立でいないといけないの。
Confidential. I thought you were gonna...
諦めてはくれませんか。
I thought you were leaning into the honesty aspect.
鶴野さんは噂と融合してしまったんです。
調整や、私からも頼む。鶴の
I mean, it answers my question at the very least.
グリフシードも必ず払うからさ。
大して事情も知らないのに私を巻き込もうっていうの？
鶴のは仲間なんだよ。事情なんか知らなくても助けたいんだ。
でも私には関係ないことよ。
Look, I always knew coordinator was a
関係ない。
bad guy.
私には中立を言い訳にして目をそらしてるようにしか見えない。
何それ？
I was always just trying to figure out how they were a bad guy from the
あ
start.
なた、私のこと何も知らないじゃない。知らないくせによく言えるわ。
そうだよ。知らないよ。悪いか。
And remember, she's also the one who's been teaching everyone connect, which can't be good either.
さんのことだって本当は何も知らないよ。知らないくせに分かったふりをしてた。見ないようにしてたんだ。怖いんだよ。知るのが。
私と同じね。私ね、魔法少女に憧れてたの。
Honestly, I'm thrown
たくさんの人に笑顔や平等を分けてあげられるって思
because
って
her face just always fucking looks evil.
現実はそう
She got resting evil face.
ええ、私たちは望みと引き換えに魔女と戦い続け、いつかは自分も魔女となる運命を背負わされた。私は違う。私にあるのはソウルジェムを調整する能力だけ。一人では戦うこともできなくて、あっという間に魔女になっちゃう。
Yeah. This might be explaining the whole Nemu situation too.
グリーフシードを手に入れるために調整屋として生きる毎日。たくさんの絶望を見てきたわ。外見は明るく陽気なのに手の施しようがないほど心の影に蝕まれた子もいっぱいいたわ。調整中に魔女になって
Well,
い
the opposite. Not like you at all. You know too
調
much.
整するときはね、心の影に触れないよう自分の心を閉じるの。見て見ないふりをするの。
Oh. You knew too much. Now you are like her.
自分が壊れてしまわないように。
調整や。
もう疲れたし、まだ怖いのよ。他人に触れるのも理解するのも。
I don't know. It doesn't seem like we're gonna bring her back. Oh, never mind. I doubted what this show was about.
だったら私が背負う。ごめん、今まで逃げてて見ないふりしてた。
I just didn't think they had that sort of connection.
友達にしてくれないか。
もう遅いわ。
遅くたっていいだろう。影も絶望も教えてくれ。私が背負う。
桃子は気楽ね。桃子の治療費 次から3倍にするわ。
は？なんでだよ。
Well, there we go. I'm back on my losing streak of guessing wrong about everything.
コネクト。こちらの攻撃と鶴乃ちゃんの精神を同調させるの。そうすれば異物である噂だけが引き剥がせるはずよ。
Sorry, we doubled down now. I even just said connecting was a bad thing. No, it's the solution to everything.
そのイメージがずれると噂どころか鶴乃ちゃんにまでダメージを与えてしまう。わかりました。やっちゃん、聞いた通りです。マミちゃんも同じ方法でいけるわ。本当ですか？ありがとう。恩に着るわ。いいのよ。これからは冷たい八千代さんじゃなくて桃子に一生養ってもらうんだから。
So the element that this is the penultimate episode has to be that we then save those two next episode, and the final season has to be the end result of all this.
大丈夫よ。あの子のことは私が誰よりもよく知っている。マミさんのことなら私に任せなさい。本当かよ。私も頑張ります。いいですか？
Yeah, I would have thought Madoka would have been the one for that.
まどかちゃん、コネクトって何ですか？え、そこから？
I mean, they don't have it where they come from. Everyone's supposed to be stronger here, remember? So, technically this army of Magia should be stronger than our entire hero group.
危ないわよ。でも私はね、こんな魔法少女になりたかったの。
I mean, she said she would instantly turn into a witch.
ダメ、もう逃げられない。玉木さん、どうしよう。助けてほしいの。私のことは見捨てたのに。
Sorry, just for a moment there, it looked like Kuro's doppel looked like Ui.
私は
And if that's true, that could be a whole fucking secret right there, too.
コネクトってのはマミがよくやってる魔力を合体させる攻撃みたいなもんだ。でもあれはマミさんがこっちに合わせてくれてたから。大丈夫。私たちだってマミさんに合わせられるよ。そうだね。優しくてかっこいいマミさんの姿を誰より近くで見てきたんだから。
私たちの仲間を取り戻す。そして
Like I said, next episode has to be them getting their friends back. I believe season 3 only has like 3 or 4 episodes, and that's got to be the whole confrontation. I mean, we're going all out. Fucking insane with the number of guns. Rumor Mammy is just the fucking strongest. Oh no, Baby QB is there. Maybe I was right.
私とサナちゃんが協力してマミさんの注意をそらすから。私の攻撃でマミさんと魔力を同調させる。キレーションランドへようこそ。ここはもう頑張れる。
Oh, she is just riding the lightning.
何言ってるの？あなたはいつも呆れるほど元気に頑張ってる。バンバンザイの最強魔法少女でしょ。イロハ。ごめんね、鶴乃ちゃん。八千代さん。あなたはいつも一生懸命で明るくて誰よりも強かった。
She's definitely the heart of the group.
唯一するのは絶対に私が助けてみせる。
I guess the biggest betrayal is the element that she's talking about this place, not her own restaurant. Yeah, don't get it wrong and destroy her. Oh, you fucked up.
嘘でしょ。失敗したの。鶴乃ちゃんは最強。
Ew, creepy.
誰よりも強い。強いから平気。
It is a husk body. You could repair it. What happened to the soul gem in this? Fuck. It would be more disturbing if we didn't know about the whole husk body, what they can survive, soul gem thing, right? Because the element is that Sayaka is here, and Sayaka is the healing one, right? So conceivably, could heal Yui back to normal, whatever the new normal is for her. But it's also the element that she's part Owasa. Sorry, I'm still used to them calling them rumors, but they're using the word Owasa now, so I guess I'm using the word Owasa now. That she's, what, part Owasa, half Owasa? I don't know. So, does that make her something other? Does that make her unhealable? Is she working on different rules from the whole husk thing? Does she have a soul gem? Yui had a doppel, didn't she? I can't remember. Maybe she didn't. Because if she did have a doppel, what happens to her doppel now that she's half Uasa, half Magic Girl? It'd be a real bitch move. I guess we do kill people in Madoka Magica. Why not Magia Record? But Yui, though? Part of the group. Oh, sorry, I'm just so used to there being a next time on or something, I was prepping myself for it. Yeah, see, here's the thing. When Sayaka went into depression and became a witch in Madoka Magica, she wasn't the heart of the group. She was something of a sympathetic character, sure. When Mammy died, that was like the heart of the group, because she was the central character there before all of our other characters had to stand on their own 2 feet, right? So Mammy's death had more of an impact for me than Sayaka's death. Sayaka's death as a witch had more impact for me because that was just mainly the fallout of the entire group around, having to let her go. Yui, though, I mean, maybe I'm calling her the heart of the group. Maybe she's not. For me, she feels like the heart of the group because she's the upbeat, constantly keep you going, friendly, I'm going to support you character. So having her die would be a thing. I know this is worse than death, though. This is like, even if we could bring you back, you're going to be dead. Because it might be now the Uwasa element is the only thing keeping her alive, in which case, I don't know what the hell to do there. And I guess if the element is coordinator is just wrong, and they're going to try this with Mammy, and Mammy's going to die too, I think if Mammy dies first, that's the thing. That's the way we would know it isn't going to work, only because the element that Mammy's died already, and having a character that died once already and dies again would have a less of an emotional impact, I feel like. Plus, the element that we know that this loop isn't going to go. Unless they win. Sorry, it just occurs to me. If they become gods and win, then possibly could take them out of the time loop. In which case, they would be like Madoka, right? Madoka sees all the realities and can interact with whatever she needs to interact with. That's the way she gets rid of witches. That this is a time loop that existed before Madoka does that. And, we're talking about the element of outside time at this point. That Madoka would see this timeline too, I imagine. I'm thinking that's true. The Madoka would see this timeline happening from her future perspective looking back. But at the same time, this timeline happens first. So I'd have to think it's some degree of immutable as anything can be. Or, sorry, I'm now going into my, like, fictional temporal mechanics thing. They become gods. They separate themselves from timeline at that point, right? Madoka then goes back and makes no more witches, right? The element that they're now already gods separates themselves from the causality of what happened before, in which case it might not even matter. So technically, I'm imagining they could still win and accomplish everything they want and have none of this matter at the same time. There's just still too many questions on the plate, though. The whole thing about Nemu, obviously not going to be solved here because we're dealing with our character relationship stuff right now. The fact maybe Hyobi was there, which was my evidence to myself that maybe I was wrong, because maybe Hyobi was necessary for what I thought was going to happen, and then maybe Hyobi is just fucking there, so there's a lot of moving parts here, and I guess the only thing to do is to see how it plays out. So, I guess that said, as I said at the beginning, I have hurt my tongue in some manner. I have no friggin' idea how. It just hurts every time I say something. So, once again, I apologize if the entire episode has just been me sounding weird. But I'm committed to getting Madoka Magica. Damn it, I did it again. Magia record back on track. So, that's what we're hearing. That's what we're doing. What I meant to say was, I guess the only way to find out is by getting into the next episode and finding out. But of course, first thing first, we have to do the board, we have to do the notes. So, until next time, I have been Theta, this has been Stoneface Reactions, and we will catch you next time. Bye-bye.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching another Stoneface Reactions. If you have an idea of another video we could go ahead and watch, go ahead and put it in the comments down below and we'll add it to the wheel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know what you thought about this video, what parts you liked. And until then, we'll see you next time. Is this too goofy?